Hello guys, I'm with you with another video in Learning English with Hammond course. So, as we said, we will start with the first subject about grammar, and it's present simple. But before going into details, look at these examples and focus on them. So before talking about present simple, we have to know whenever we talk about a grammar subject, we always have subject, verb, and complement. So they can change according to the structure of the subjects that we use or study. So according to the examples, like before, like I gave you, we can see that for affirmative, the rule is subject, verb with S or without S, and complement. So the verb can have an S for present simple and can be without S. So when we can have S and when we can't have S. Whenever we had I, you, we, they, so the verb will be without S. Okay? For example, I go to school. We go to school. They go to school. But whenever we have verbs or subjects like it, he, she, the verb takes S. Okay? In present simple. For example, she goes to school. He goes to school. So, whenever we have singular doer, so the doer is one person or one thing, the verb takes S. Whenever we have plural, so the doer is more than one person, the verb won't take S. And for negative form, we use do not and does not. Okay, so with using do and does, adding with not, we can make the form of the present simple sentence to be negative. How? Whenever we have plural doer, so more than one person, we say we do not go to school, and we can say we don't go to school. Okay, so in writing form we use do not, and for talking, when we talk we say don't. We don't go to school. And for singular doer, or if the doer was one person, we say she does not go to school. She doesn't go to school. But remember one thing, when we use negative form with singular, we don't add S to the verb. Okay? So just focus. She doesn't go to school. She doesn't go to school. Okay? And for question form, it's really easy. You can just change the position of do and does and the subject or the doer. Okay, so you just change their places and the form will be like, do you go to school every day? Or does she go to school every day? So here we see that it's a question form. Why? Because the do and the does, they are coming in the front, okay? And the subject comes after the words do and does. So, for now we know what is the form of present simple. Now, let's know when we use present simple. Okay? So the first thing is that we use present simple with facts and the things that they happen always. For example, after winter comes, you see, after winter comes spring. After winter comes spring. So we have one winter, we don't have like 2-3 winters, of course. After winter, always comes spring. So we add s with come. The come is the verb. Because the subject is singular, so we say after winter comes spring. The second thing is that routines and habits. For example, the things that they happen in your life more than one time. So they happen regularly. Okay? For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock. So every day I wake up. I go to school at 8:30. So whenever I have school, I go to school at 8:30. Okay? So the things that they happen regularly, we use present simple with it. Also we can say, she eats banana at 10 o'clock. So here, because we use it present simple, so we mean that she every day eats a banana at 10 o'clock. Okay? So something that happens as a habit or regularly. The third thing is that timetable events. For example, you are working in a company, okay? And every Monday they have a meeting. They arrange meeting. So someone comes and asks you, when the company meets, okay? So the person says, the company meets on Monday. So it means that they have meetings on Mondays, okay? So it's a timetable schedule. So always happens at that time. Or we can say, the drama runs every Thursday at 7 o'clock. So that means every Thursday the drama runs at that time. So it's something with having a fixed schedule. So for now we know what's the form of present simple, and we know what's the affirmative form, what's the negative form, and what's the question form. And we know when we use it. For now, let's see how we can ask questions and answer, okay, with using present simple. So we have two types of it for asking questions. Yes, no questions and having short answers, okay, and we have using question words and answering with details. So the first type is yes, no questions and short answers, okay. We call this kind of questioning yes, no questions because you can answer with just saying yes or no. And the question can be asked by using the two things that we use for questioning in present simple, which we talked about, and they were do and does. Do for does for singular and do for plural. Okay? For example, we say, do you go to school? The answer will be yes, I do. Or if you don't go, you say no, I don't. Does she wake up at 7 o'clock? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Okay, so here how it is. And the second type is asking with question words. And the question words can be why for asking a reason, where for asking about place, when for asking about the time, who for asking about the person, how for asking about the action, how was the action, okay, how the action was. And also we have what for asking about something, okay. For example, we can say, where does she live? So we keep the do and the does, okay. We just add the question word before the do and the does. Or we can say, how do you go to school? So it's asking about every day. How do you go to school? So you say, I go to school by bus. Okay, so that's how you answer.